Hi everyone, I am back with a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam. In the state of Illinois, more taxpayer dollars will be spent on undocumented immigrants. This time, the state of Illinois has decided to pay for hotel rooms. The state has decided to pay for hotel rooms to house many migrants in Chicago. Up to 200 new undocumented immigrants will be getting hotel rooms in Chicago. My friends, back in November, Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois announced a sum of $160 million to help with the ongoing migrant crisis. $160 million. Imagine that sum of money. It is huge. And the funding for the hotel rooms will come from that sum of $160 million. The state of Illinois does not have much to help American citizens. But for the undocumented immigrants, the state of Illinois has made plans, they have allocated funds, and that's what the state is focusing on. The state of Illinois is focusing on the population of undocumented immigrants. And this is the state of Illinois, that is run by liberal politicians. The state of Illinois is known as a blue state. Blue state meaning the liberals are the majority in the state. And the liberals are focusing on undocumented immigrants, not on American citizens. Migrants who would be placed in hotels would then be moved to a shelter in Little Village. The construction of that shelter is scheduled to be completed in January, in the new year. Question: will there be more shelters in the Chicago area? Shelters for undocumented immigrants? I guess we have to wait and see. There's not a whole lot of information coming from the J.B. Pritzker administration. There's not a whole lot of information coming from the Brandon Johnson administration. Everything is foggy. Everything is foggy, like the real fog outside today. My friends, here in Wisconsin, where I live, I woke up this morning, I looked outside the window, and I saw that there's dense fog. And we had travel plans today, my mom and I. We were planning on traveling, but because of the fog, we decided not to. I was hoping for a bright and sunny day, but the day ended up being very foggy. One good thing, I think, is that the temperature in Wisconsin right now is higher than usual. This is December, and normally around this time of the year, people expect snow and ice here in the Midwest, here in Wisconsin. But this year, that's not the case. The temperature is high, and it's in the 40s and the 50s, and it's foggy. And the fog is the unexpected part. We were not expecting fog. And, that's life, I think. Things happen that we do not expect. Lots of unexpected things happen. For example, just go back 5 years. Go back 5 years. Who would have thought that in the year 2023, our country would be facing such unprecedented border crisis? Just go back 5 years and think. Place yourself going back in time 5 years ago. Would you have thought that in 2023, we would be having this border crisis? But here we are, facing reality, and our country is suffering because of this border crisis. And my friends, going back to the issue of hotel rooms for undocumented immigrants, let me tell you, hotel rooms have become quite expensive over the last few years. And while many American citizens cannot afford hotel rooms, the undocumented immigrants will be getting rooms for free paid for by American taxpayers. This $160 million that the Pritzker administration allocated to help with this migrant crisis, where's this money coming from? It's taxpayer money. It's money from the pockets of American taxpayers. And taxpayer money will now be used to house undocumented immigrants in Chicago. The state of Illinois is rewarding illegal immigration. The state of Illinois wants to give free stuff to the undocumented immigrants. And these are things that many American citizens cannot afford. Many American citizens in this economy cannot afford to pay for hotel rooms, but the undocumented immigrants will be getting hotel rooms for free. This is unfair. This is unfair. This is not fair, but this is happening. And so, my friends, the liberals in Illinois, they want to provide incentives to undocumented immigrants. Any undocumented immigrant who is, let's say, an undocumented immigrant who is now in Texas or Arizona or New Mexico or California, who finds out that Illinois is providing free hotel rooms, that Chicago is a sanctuary, will most certainly find a way to get to Illinois. Well, in the case of California, that's also a sanctuary state. So I think migrants who are entering California, they will find lots of free stuff in California. So they may not be coming to Illinois. But the undocumented immigrants who are in Texas, because Texas is not a sanctuary state, so if those immigrants find out that Illinois is giving free hotel rooms and free lots of other stuff like free medical care, then those undocumented immigrants now have an incentive to find their way to Illinois. So while Illinois politicians blame Governor Greg Abbott of Texas for sending undocumented immigrants to the Chicago region, the real issue here is that Illinois is incentivizing illegal immigration, and Illinois is attracting illegal immigrants by providing various benefits. Illinois state government is taking resources away from American taxpayers, and they are giving free stuff to the undocumented immigrants. And what will likely happen is that more and more and more migrants will find a way to get to the Chicago area. Illinois is like a magnet that draws undocumented immigrants. Out of all the places in the country, Illinois is a highly attractive place for migrants because of all the benefits that the state of Illinois, that the city of Chicago offer to the undocumented immigrants. But in the case of an American citizen living in poverty in Illinois, there's really no hope. There's really no hope. There's no opportunity for recovery from poverty. There's no hope. There's no helping hand for the American citizens who are struggling to make ends meet in Illinois. The helping hands of Illinois state government and the helping hands of Chicago city administration are busy focusing on the undocumented immigrants. The liberals are focusing on the undocumented immigrants in the state of Illinois, and that is the current state of Illinois. Illinois, where the undocumented immigrants are the priority. My friends, share with me your thoughts. I look forward to hearing from you, and you can go to my website, tausifanam.net. Once you are on my website, you can send me a message. You can check out my blog. You can find a list of my published opinions. I have written many letters to editors and op-eds, and those writings have been published in many newspapers across the country. Currently, I'm at 99. If one more letter to editor or op-ed gets published, then I'll reach a milestone, which will be a century, 100 publications since 2019. So check out my writings. Also, when you're on my website, you can find information about my books. I've written 2 books of poems. More information is available on my website, so please check out tasifanam.net. And I appreciate you all staying connected with me and for listening to my podcast. And I hope to be back again soon with a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam.